I have just bought myself a Vans RV-7. Paint scheme is a little bit suspect, but the aeroplane is absolutely incredible. Alright, so we are in the aeroplane. We're in my new RV-7. As you can see, the paint scheme slightly suspect, just ever so slightly suspect. But the plan for today, head out towards Paris. We might do a little bit of formation flying and met a few people in the RV space, which is really cool. And yeah, we're going to go fly with them today. So they've got an RV-6, RV-4. I think they're flying a Cub now this morning. I might have missed out on that with having to refuel and do all the cameras and stuff like that. But hopefully we can fly that when we get there. Today it's just a flippin' beautiful Saturday morning, and a beautiful Saturday morning to fly. And I'm now comfortable in this aeroplane. I've probably got about 25 hours more or less in the aeroplane. I needed the 25 hours for insurance purposes. My excess was fairly high before the 25 hours on type. Hence why I haven't been making too many videos. Just focusing on the flying for now. But yeah, this is Eagles Creek. This is the airfield where I am based. And awesome little airfield, 10 minutes away from my house. And 10 minutes away from Petite. So more or less it's a shorter sort of flight/drive to Petite in the aeroplane now than it was just driving all the way to Petite. That was like a good 45 minutes. And yeah, here we are. It's something more that I've got to kind of get used to now. It's like homing engine, 25 hours. I've got a decent amount of time now to have gotten used to it. But I've never flown with a mixture or anything like that. Never flown with it like homing. And I thought they were dinosaurs. I think the technology kind of is dinosaurs, but I mean, this engine runs like a flippin' Swiss watch. Alright, so we're going to test controls. Mixtures, masters, and mixture will push forward just now. Mags is good. Pilot is proper set. Fuel is on their fullest tank. Flaps are set. Instruments are set. Hatches and harnesses will get closed shortly. Trim is set. Seatbelts are on. You've got nice hooker harnesses in this aeroplane. This aeroplane has got, we'll talk more about it when we get up in the air, but it's got an inverted system. You can actually fly sustained negative G's in this aeroplane, which is pretty cool. Eagles Creek traffic, Juliet Charlie Oscar is entering and lining up runway 08 Bullview, right on our departure, reading southbound or southwest for Paris, Juliet Charlie Oscar. Everything is in the green, let's roll. Central West Juliet Charlie Oscar, just airborne off of Eagles Creek. Currently routing in an easterly direction, 4,800 on the climb now to 6,500, routing towards the Forest Hill Mall, then we'll make a southbound turn for Paris, Juliet Charlie Oscar. Alright, so we are airborne out of Eagles Creek, 6,500 feet. I'm fully hands off. Autopilot is flying, and let's just talk about this amazing aeroplane. I mean, the fact that I found this is just incredible. The luck I had is wild. So this is a production built in South Africa, production built RV-7, which means this can actually be used in flight training schools, which is pretty cool. Not that it's ever going to be used for that, but at least it was built to those standards, and the facility that did build it had the certifications to do that. Let's just talk about what we have on it. So it's fully Garmin equipped, so all the avionics that are in here are Garmin. So we've got a Garmin G3X, which is linked to the Garmin autopilot. We've got a Garmin radio and then a Garmin transponder. And then for backup purposes, we have the G5. So should everything fail on this side, the G5 is still an independent instrument that will function on its own. Should there be any problem with any of the other instrumentation. So I'm so happy to have this. I'm so lucky to have this aeroplane. And we're currently cruising at 146 knots over the ground, 155 knots true, and we're flying at, what is it, 65% power, something like that. It's rather warm today, so that's probably why we're not getting the faster speeds. We're also full of fuel. But down to Nyasa, I was getting up at 8,500 feet, 165 knots true, which is just insane and totally different to what I'm used to. So yeah, I'm getting comfortable now with the mixture controller, something that I've never used before. Rotaxes, of course, don't have anything like this. And yeah, it's monitoring EGTs and CHTs and all that type of stuff. But once you get the hang of it, once you know the numbers, it tends to be fairly easy. So yeah, this is the Vans RV-7. I mean, flippin' incredible machine. This one has also got inverted systems, so it's got an inverted oil tank and it's got inverted fuel system, so it can fly sustained negative Gs, meaning you can fly upside down for a period of time. Not that I've tried anything like that. I'd love to try it one day, but I don't think that would be a very common thing that I'm going to be using. But it is there, so should I want to go into aerobatics and start doing the negative style G aerobatics, that is something I can definitely look at doing, which is exciting. For all the people that are going to ask, I have still got my Safari. The Safari is at Petite, and if we've got some time a little bit later on today, we might pop into Petite just to give the Safari a bit of a run. But yes, this is my Vans RV-7. It's just, everything's so like cushy. The Kreutzer comfort, so it's like nice leather dash, we've got an armrest, all the things. The only thing we don't have in this aeroplane is an aircon, and it gets so hot in these aeroplanes. With this bubble canopy, it is like a greenhouse in here, especially on a sort of midday type scenario. And now here in South Africa, it's summer, so it gets very hot inside these. I do have a little curtain over here that I can pull over. That's kind of more for shade rather than for heat. Yeah, it's hard work, but there are definitely downsides to doing certain things in airplanes, and if you want a nice visibility bubble canopy like this, you've got to sort of sacrifice the heat that comes through here. I suppose in the winter it'll be nice and warm, whereas in the summer it's far too hot. Traffic in the Johannesburg General Flying Area, Juliet Charlie Oscar, RV-7, 6,500 feet, QNH 1021. We are currently overhead Lawley, routing in a southwesterly direction for Paris, Juliet Charlie Oscar. These Garmin screens are just incredible. I mean, I've got my full proper aviation chart, the South African chart, on the screen right now, where I can literally look at what the reporting points would be, where the airspace is, all that type of stuff. And then you've got an autopilot which is flying on navigation mode at the moment. But I think I'm going to do a full-on video like for all the the panel stuff. For now, it's kind of just introducing you guys to this aeroplane, introducing this aeroplane to the channel, and hopefully we can do a lot more flying. We can do some flying in this from A to B, getting there really quickly, some basic aerobatics, and then still fly the Safari, do the bush flying that we've always been doing, the fun bush flying. And I just add a little bit of more of a dynamic aspect to the channel rather than just the same thing over and over again. So hopefully that works. Hopefully we attract some more people to the channel, some people who are coming from a bush scenario, maybe looking at going into a sort of faster, more aerobatic plane like the RV, or vice versa, get some RV flyers into the bush space. What I've noticed, especially in South Africa, it seems that the community, the aviation community, is kind of divided when it comes to that type of thing. You've got a lot of the bush pilots on one side, and then you've got a lot of the sort of RV, aerobatic, faster type aeroplane pilots on the other side. And it'd be nice to kind of merge the two together. Hopefully we can do that, and hopefully with the power of social media and YouTube and all that type of thing, we can actually merge those two communities together and get each other to understand the different sides. And I mean, there's arguments on both sides, but yeah, this is a good way to kind of get all of that merged up, and I hope you guys are going to enjoy what's to come on this channel. I know that I certainly am excited for what's coming.
You happy on the left, Tom?
Yeah, left is good.
Alright, how about I take us in, we'll go let's join we'll join on the right hand downwind, runway 06, we'll put it down the runway and then break off to the right.
Sounds good. Hello, Ben.
Hi, Thomas. Rolling right.
500.
Tom, I'll break number 1 and then you just follow me down on the right circuit. Sound good? Okay, lead brake go. 2 brake go.
Alright, traffic Juliet Charlie, Oscar final approach runway 06, full stop.
I tried to shake it, find a way to get you off my mind. Really tried to draw that line.
Right, we just landed at Perez Airfield, had a fun little formation flight on the way in with Mark and Ben, and now we are going to jump in a J3 Cub, and this J3 Cub, I think you have to hand prop it. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have an electrical system, so that could be pretty interesting. I'm going to hand the camera to Ben, and I'm going to put a cover on this aeroplane because it will get extremely hot in the next sort of half an hour or so. But yeah, let's go and have a flippin' fun flight in a J3 Cub. And it'll take off with all my weight in.
Just. We're gonna do like.
Okay, so it's heel brakes, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, mags on. And they are on.
Brakes on.
Brakes on.
Stick back.
Stick back.
Got that.
Tom, it's push to talk. Push to talk is a little switch above your head. It's in, but so we switch it between intercom and transmit. So when it's on interphone, we just push to talk. Okay, can you hear me? Gotcha. Yep, control if you want.
Okay, got it. Oh geez, heel brakes are interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this one you kind of can just if you roll slow enough, if you just bring it back all the way to idle.
I just don't want it to die.
Yeah, that's our flight over. I'd say we've got a mag problem on this left mag here.
Yeah, it definitely feels like it.
That's super rough, huh?
Oh geez, that is very rough now.
That's unfortunate. Alright, let's go see what we got. You've flown in a Cessna 140 before?
Nope.
Oh, this one we're gonna have to let cool before we touch anything. Let's go take that for a burn.
Yeah, sounds good.
How was your flight?
Yeah, it was a quick one. Hopefully we get another one later, but it looks like one of the spark plugs is gone.
Same with the RV-4.
The RV's got the magneto issue. That's like what my one had initially. Yeah.
Oh, so you're going in the
So we're going to try the Cessna 140.
Alright, this one's the same, intercom, push to talk, and that's about it.
It is like differential braking, right?
It normally goes pretty well, but yeah, if you need a little bit of...
Okay,
Yeah.
just stay with me on the controls.
Approach traffic, Echo Victor Romeo, rolling runway 24 will be a left-hand turn now. Temperatures and pressures are all good. That's pretty much all the RPM we're going to get. You should start flying somewhere right now.
It's actually so nice to fly these planes though.
Yeah, these old ones, they're like lethargic and stuff, but it's cool. Yeah, problem with this machine is you've got to be so cautious about getting low somewhere, like even to try and clear like that mountain there would be a proper snag. Especially with us two up and...
Yeah. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's still going up what this is, and we're barely climbing. It's like 300, 400 feet a minute.
Yeah, 200 at the moment, but yeah, any sort of downdraft over the mountain and all that kind of stuff, she doesn't do much. And converting speed into height does not a lot either.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've also never flown with a yoke.
Oh, really? Yeah?
Never.
It's a bit different, huh?
Yeah. It's kind of like up and down versus side to side.
It's amazing how it just falls naturally though. Like, yeah, this one's a bit of a glider. The speed doesn't come off very well. The flaps don't do much.
Yeah.
Probably approach it like 60, I guess.
Okay.
The wide arc, we can take full flap in the wide arc.
Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother with one stage or whatever. Just pull it full on finals or base or whatever, how high you are. And then, try 3-point it.
Cool. Yeah, you just stay with me, because yoke and on the right side is a bit different.
Cool. Yeah, just that picture on the runway, you're looking at the wrong side of the line. So just sometimes you tend to crab it to get yourself to get the line coming down the right side.
Yeah. Yeah, we've just landed from an amazing Cessna 140 flight. This is the first time I've ever been in a Cessna 140. I think it's the first time I've flown an aeroplane with a yoke, which is wild. So we're just packing up all the aeroplanes now, and then shortly probably just head off in the RV back to Johannesburg. Fortunately, we couldn't get the cab going today. It seems like one of the mags was either fouled or the spark plugs are just not firing properly. So they're going to have a look at that, and then hopefully another day we can come back and have a flight in the Piper Cub.